Software professionals face many problems when they go abroad for on-site assignments. I have published a video on what are the problems faced. In this video, I am going to discuss the solutions. So let's go ahead. The first one which I had cited was about language barrier. Now, language can be a problem in two ways. One is where English is present. English is the more common language, but the ability to understand the accent, particular accent of a person from a particular country by the receiving country or the host country, there is a miscommunication because of the accent. That is a smaller one. The other is where English is not understood at all. So only the local language is basically prevalent. So the solution to the first part of the first problem, where there is a miscommunication because of difference in accents, there are two solutions. One is the general one, where the person who has gone to a foreign country follows certain rules. For example, the three rules which I would like to mention. One is slowing down the pace of conversation. I'm here in Vietnam since the past 13 years and I speak considerably slower when I speak to the locals. I make a conscientious effort. Not use any jargons and try to listen to the foreign accent very carefully so that there is no gaps in understanding. The second solution to this particular problem would be to undergo an accent neutralization course which the company, which the software professional is representing, is willing to sponsor, so that this particular problem is completely sorted out, and even in the near future or in the future, the software professional can go on talking in that particular accent. So I think both of these two solutions are quite effective, where English is not understood at all. So there are again two solutions. One is to have a proper translator who is going to translate the entire conversation. The second part would be a difficult one. Basically learn some of the common words, try to understand a few words of that particular language, and thereafter try to translate whatever documents are provided into English and go ahead. The second problem which I mentioned was not knowing the local regulations and laws. This can be extremely dangerous. It's critical and it's risky. So before traveling, while making the travel plans, one should go through the local regulations and laws. For example, the prescription medical laws, the driving license laws, these ones. If it's project specific, let's say it's a banking project, so the person should be conversant with the banking laws and practices of that country. The reason why I said it is risky, because breaking the laws might cause problems and even penalties. Number 3, the cultural barrier. Now, the solution to this problem is similar to the one to number 2. We should do some research and study on the local customs before we travel to that foreign country. So, if there are specific ways how they interact, what not to say, what to say, when we meet, what do we say, when we basically part, what do we say, how do we basically sit down and eat together, how do we attend a social gathering. All these should be studied well. There are many videos available in YouTube nowadays, so you can study that for the particular country and then go ahead. Problem 4, homesickness because of long stays abroad. From my personal experience, I can say that homesickness creeps in between the period of 2 months to around 5 months, because the initial periods are okay, but as we go along, and along with the work pressure and with the lack of the family presence here in any foreign country, that's the period when people start feeling homesick. 4 to 6 months is the critical period. So in this case, the solution would be to ask the delivery head or the delivery manager to arrange for a flyback every 4 months or 4.5 months to the home country, stay there for around 1 or 2 weeks, maybe work from there, and then again come back and join in the foreign country. The reason why this is critical is because the work gets affected when people are constantly thinking about their home and the homesickness part. So it's important that people get rejuvenated and come back with a lot of enthusiasm and spirit. The second solution to this problem is basically to go for a long time on-site assignment on a work permit, so that you can take your family along, so that there is no chance of getting homesick. The fifth and the last problem, the time zone difference issue. So in this case, the main issue is the communication. So if there's a time gap of let's say 9 hours or 10 hours, or even 6 hours, it's sometimes difficult to communicate with your spouse or parents or relatives, or even your program manager or delivery manager in your country, because there is such a large time difference. In this case, the solution is to agree to a time and a frequency. So let's say twice a week you are going to call them at a particular time, so that no one is inconvenienced basically. So I hope you found this video useful about how to sort out problems or issues faced by software professionals when they are abroad for a long time. If you found this video helpful and informative, please subscribe to my channel and like and share. I will come up with some videos on enterprise architecture next. So see you in the next video soon. Thank you.